This past year brought with it a racial reckoning, which has left many Americans questioning our justice system. One prevailing question: should we consider alternatives to police? Now, perhaps this is a frightening thought. After all, how could we abandon law enforcement? It's an age-old institution made to protect and serve our communities, right? Well, the unfortunate reality is, minority communities have a very different relationship with police, one marked by harassment, aggression, and too often, murder. Numerous historical forces have embedded an enduring racism into America's justice system. Black codes, lynchings, Jim Crow, redlining, and the war on drugs are the legacy of modern-day policing. Little can be done to effectively improve this institution without acknowledging its lasting racism. So the question becomes, what might a world with fewer police look like? Consider this. We rely on police to respond to a number of non-violent issues, including mental health crises, cases of homelessness, and addiction. Instead, we could enlist behavioral health specialists and emergency medical personnel to respond in these very sensitive cases. Having a separate agency catered to this most delicate need in our society can prevent incidents escalating to violence, keep those living with mental illness out of jail, and allow police to focus on the serious crime. Let's also evaluate the relationship between police and the communities they serve. Over-policing minority neighborhoods has only grown civilian distrust for law enforcement. Outdated tactics like broken windows policing, the practice of arresting people for low-level offenses with the aim of preventing major crime, has ultimately failed to make communities safer. Instead, let's focus on the real concerns of the community. Putting an end to excessive arrests for misdemeanors can help over-policed populations feel protected and not targeted. Residents should voice their greatest needs, and cops should patrol accordingly. Creating strong relationships between residents is just as important as connections made with cops. When we know our neighbors, we are less likely to call the authorities on them. Developing conflict resolution skills can divert the need to contact law enforcement. Because the reality is, calling the cops on a person of color can all too often result in their death. Building self-sustaining communities that do not rely on police and jails should be the goal of a truly safe society. Police should be protecting and serving all citizens, but in our current system, brown communities are being punished. We must address the fundamental racism in this institution to realize progress. Funding alternative agencies, eliminating aggressive tactics, and growing understanding are steps on a path to a world without police.